Are you all standing up or are you sitting down? Yung tikas pahinga order na lang po, pag-ibigay. Thank you. Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, General Ricardo Bisaya, Lieutenant General Eduardo Anyo, Lieutenant General Edmundo Pangilinan, Brigadier General Robert Arivalo, the officers and troops of the Philippine Army. Wala si ano. Kayo talaga, PMS. Hindi, sabihin ko na lang ang aking National Security Advisor, General Esperon. Sir, hindi ko kasalanan, no? Gaga ito. Sir. Wala nakalista. Hindi, wala. The officers and the troops of the Philippine Army, I'm here to visit you. But I went to the hospital first to visit the wounded. Alam mo, at this age and time in our generation, wala kasi akong nakitang a respite of the violent world. Wala tayong mapaasahan na kagaya ng World War II and Second, na after the armistice and the talks begin, and we have so many years of peaceful coexistence. Ang ngayon kasi pasunod-sunod, especially yung inabot ka na sa panahon ko, there will always be questions of how violent the world may be. And of course, violence means war, means strife, means communal war, ano-anong klase. But I think the most telling would be, huwag kayong magtanong kung kailan dadating yan. Sigurado ako, and mark my word, maybe during my presidency or after, but terrorism is here to stay. There seems to be no forceful influence, or even kunting nakita ko in the horizon na pwedeng pumigil sa kanila. And the battleground is the Middle East. But ang kanilang mundo doon paliit na because of the participation of Russia and the United States and France and Britain. By sheer weaponry, talagang pinulpog sila doon. But from what I just basa-basa and talks with the intelligence community of the other countries, especially in the Middle East, mukhang naghanap ito sila ng bagong frontier. And I think na ang susunod nito would be Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Ang uso ngayon is not to call them ISIS or they're supporting the word militants dito sa Mindanao. No, I tried my best even before I assumed the presidency to talk to them. Ang daughter-in-law ko kasi, Maranao, ang nanay, ang tatay, Tausug. Ako man, ang lola ko, Maranao, lolo ko, Chinese, pure. But my father is from the Visayas. Kaya kung tinatanong ako, sabihin ko, Cebuano ako, but I have never lived in that place. But only because we trace our lineage from our father, kaya sinasabi ko na Cebuano ako. Kinausap ko sila, ayaw ko makipag-usap sa Abu Sayyaf, but I choose the scholars, yung mga estudyante nila, yung mga scholar na they go around preaching Islamic ways, lahat na. and the young people. Lalo yung nandiyan pa sa kanilang mga tablik, parang kung pangga sa atin yan sa Katoliko, yun yung mga Knights of Columbus. Parang ganon. There seems to be no room for compromise sa kanila. I am not trying to sow an intrigue. I don't need to. Pero kinausap ko lang, sabi ko, kasi nakausap ko na ang komunista. We are talking. They are now in Oslo talking about peace. I hope and pray that it will succeed. So it has freed us of the Communist front, but still I have to talk to the Moro people of Mindanao. Yung mga mainstream nila, MI, MN, they have agreed to talk. As a matter of fact, Murad, even when he was beating the war drums, and he said that if he does not get the BBL, he would go to war. But we will, hindi lang ako, lahat kami. I talked to Japar, to the Central Committee, and to Murad. Sabi namin na, usap mo na muna tayo. Alam mo, you will bring perdition to the entire island of Mindanao. Kayo, pati kami. Lahat tayo. In a civil strife, nobody wins. So they agreed to talk. And we will resume the talk next. I will be out of the Manila for quite some time. I have to husband the formation of the people that are talking. Ang hindi ko madala talaga ang Abu Sayyaf. I do not want to deal with them. Pati yung mga scholars, nakausap ko. And they said that kanila talaga ang Mindanao, it was taken away by them, by the Americans. And that they will not negotiate with me. They will talk to me, but they will negotiate for as long as they find some Americans in Mindanao. Kaya sabi nila, nakikita daw nila yung special forces sa mga kampo ng militar. Well, that said, wala ko munang sinabi sa kanila, but kung maaari. Now, there was a time when I said that baka if I be able to connect with them, itong mga militants, the American must leave Mindanao. Sinabi ko lang, hindi na entire Philippines, Mindanao. I'm sure of that. You can quote me 100 times because that was what I said. Sabi ko, para lumang itong elbow space natin to talk. But even then, medyo na ako talaga. Cynic, skeptic, cynic. Kaya nga, at the time when the Spaniards came, 1521, si Magellan was roaming around with his cannons, his gunpowder. Mindanao was already a solid island because it was part of the Sri Visayas Empire. Dito, island for island, they were able to bludgeon us itong mga imperialism. Finally, when they left also, they left us a war on hate. Yun ang problema, is how to overcome that hate. Kami nasa medyo panggitna, kasi ako may mga apo rin ako ng mga Moro. I try my best to really rationalize everything. But tingin ko kung hindi ito madala, there will be a militant war again in Asia. That is why you would not need any convincing sa China, pati America for that matter, because we're all victims of terrorism. Ang akin, sa Davao, just a few weeks ago, hindi nga nagtanggal ng helmet inataas lang yung visor, yung helmet mismo, tapos sumiga, nagpamasahe. That's how it came about. Hindi naman tayo pasista This is not a fascist state that you can just accuse any person. Ubarin mo yan. Huwag mong gamitin yan. Because that ain't the way of a democracy. Tayo ang ma-receiving end sa kastigo niya na batiko. So we have to, no, timpla-timplahin na lang ninyo. But ako, I would insist that beginning now, do not wait for the outcomes, the changing fortunes of life. Maybe it will come, it will not, with the Communist Party of the Philippines. Pero start now dealing with terrorism. I've given so many books to you, but one is that really is the drugs. You must, yun yung profiling. Naka-cap, naka-shades, naka-short pants. Yun ang pag-aralan ninyo because ang terrorism naman is not being fought with armies. 5, 6, 7 car bombs, yung ganon. So mahirap yun. That is why I have decided, sabi ko kay Dilvin, mag-order ka na I will give each and everyone na sa armed forces, whether cabo o private o general, bigyan ko kayo lahat ng sidearms. Ang napili ko, Glock 30. So para marami yan, kasi yung binigay ni Erme Gutierrez sa trust trade, malaki siguro kinita niya doon sa police, is giving away, bong. Oh, mayroon pa siyang pahabol eh. Sabi niya na, pero alam ko ang army kasi, ang armed forces, they have this 45 talaga ang gusto. While the police, 9mm okay naman yan. This is the one. Each and every one of you will receive this. But for now, I have 3 to give away. Ito, kung sino nakahawak nito, hindi na kayo kasali sa pagdating noong bago. Bago ito. And it says, may I read, congratulations. You have just been awarded with 1 unit Glock 30, caliber 45. This is to certify that this unit is yours for free on the occasion of President Rodrigo Duterte's grateful recognition of your invaluable contribution to the fight against illegal drugs and criminality. So I have 3. Sinong tigas dito, siya yung mawak. Lottery ha? Lottery. Pero yung inyod dadating. Nga pala, then, galing ako sa, yung binisita natin. Di ba nag-order tayo ng bet? Tuduhin mo na. Oh, how many?
For your signature naman.
Ilan?
A total of 38,000 for the mga 41,000 best.
Kaya nakita ko, pinamaan na spinal.
Kaya ang helmet sir, mga 71,000 ang helmet sir. Kevlar helmet.
Sir, in my time, you'd have everything you need to fight effectively. Wala kayong problema sa akin. May priority kayo sa government spending. Basta trabaho lang kayo. Because I know how hard it is to keep the peace of the country and to protect its integrity. Mahirap na trabaho. It's a very tall order. Kaya kung sabi ko nga kay Delben, buy as many barrets as possible. We're doing well with the long range thing. Tsapa yung Kevlar ninyo. Isunod mo lang ito. Bong, ikaw na lang mag-order kay Hermes, sabihin mo.
Para sa?
Huwag na lang yun. Ikaw na mag-order para sa amputi, para matutukan.
Okay.
Ilan yun? 40? 40?
Best.
Best?
41,000, sir.
Gusto ko yung army yung tag-2 baril dito, ganon. Siya raw di mapilding kontra na. Bang, 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 bang. Well, I said that, huwag kayong mag-alaala. I am not, wala ako, I'm not, yung loyalty na. I'm not into it. I'm doing well. I'm doing well on my own. Okay lang ako. I don't want anybody with the profuse loyalty sa pagkatao ko. Ngala ko kasi galing lang rin ako sa mababa. From the ranks ako. So alam ko yung nitty-gritty sa laro ng ating as you go up lead. So yun lang ang ipagbilin ko sa inyo. Na ano yung kailangan ninyo, I have given you 5 billion to refurbish your hospital and to buy new equipments. The next thing, yung may mga tao dito sa Maynila na nagbigay ng contribution sa eleksyon na hindi ko tinanggap. At alam na ninyo ang rason. I said it during the elections. Hindi ako pwedeng magtanggap na. But anyway, magnegosyo ka sa gobyerno, ayaw ko talaga. But now, sinabi nila na you'd like to help. Sabi ko, sige, yung yung sa Hulo, yung hospital doon, he wants it to be a complete trauma hospital. So, fine. If you have the billion, tulungan natin. And the other satellite hospitals. And that we would be ready by the time, I said, but you have to reinvent, reconfigure your thinking and try to understand that the enemy now is itong mga militante, whether they call Daesh or ISIS. Nandito na sa atin. There are a lot of, basi ako nakakita ko, Arabs. Diyan naglalakad sa Claverías, Davao City. And they are what we call scholars. They preach not religious things, but yung the historical hurt ng Muslim world. Gusto mo natin magsimpatiya, tapos na yan eh. Pero yun sabi ko doon sa, hindi ako nag-iintriga ha. Sabi ko doon sa mga tapos naman yun. Just like an ANC program, nandoon sila Tatad, sila Losada, sila si Orly Mercado, trying to dissect the problem. Sabi, tama yung sabi nila. Sabi mo kay Duterte, 1 century ago na. Tama sila. Nagtanong sila kasi nauna ako tanong doon yung dala-dala ng daughter-in-law ko yung, sabi ko yung masakir, matagal naman yan. So can we just forget it? Sir, that massacre is continuing today. You are still fighting us. The Americans using the government of the forces of your government to fight us. Or how do you break that kind of paradigm? Using the forces of your government to fight us. America using us. Ayan ang totoo yan ang sinabi. Whether or not it is true, I do not know. But para sa akin, mahirapan tayo. So we just have to fight it on our own. At wag lang tayo nang umasa na lang sa ibang tayo na mismo. Kasi ang laro ng geopolitics, sometimes they get together, abandoning the small ones, or siding with the small one as a leverage against the big one. Ganon ang laro niyan eh. Ito ang China Sea. Pinaglaro ito sa the best is we do not depend on anybody. So yan lang ang ko. I would like also to assure the men na I have a program yung mga paraplegics na. Yung blind, meron na rin akong program. I will take care of them. what is really needed is a program, is there life after injury? Whether serious or not. Yan ang ano ng, the soldier might want. Sir, is there life for me after my injury? Of course, there will be life. Ano yan, kayong bulag, pinaaral ko na kaagad ng braille, tapos may computer pala sa blind, o sige, bilihin ninyo yan. And tayuan ko kayo ng call center. Sarili ninyo. Lagyan natin ng mga babae para inspirado ang mga buang we will always find a way to help our soldiers. So yan lang ang mensahe ko. I cannot stay long. I have to go to the yung asang governor. Isa pa yung naggalit ako dyan sa mga make no mistake about it. I will not repeat it again to you. Narco politics is here already. That's the reason why I told the Speaker, pating Senate President, do not call for an election sa barangay now. It will be a disaster. The portals of government has been opened sa drug people. Lahat ng nisalistahan ko, there are about 8,000 drug pushers and manufacturers na barangay captain. Add to the police, maraming police. My God, I'm very sorry. Maraming police. Ngayon, kung magtawag ka ng eleksyon, ang mananalo dyan, yung may pera, tutulong yung mga tao nilang pulis. Kaya ang first step ko noon talaga, inudiran ko all military personnel and police assigned sa mga security ng politician, go home within 24 hours. O kita mo, tinanggalan ko ng security, takbo-takbo sila parang pawis na pawis. Pero ordinary times, hindi mo malapit. Sir, ano ng police yan, sir? Protektado ni Mayor. Kaya ako mapipilitan. Bakit ako yung bunganga ako na gano'n? Sino namang hindi magalit na gano'n? Ako noon sa Davao, alam ko delikado. Kaya sabi na, do not repeat it. Why should I not repeat it? I am at war with the drug syndicates. Nung sa Davao ko sinabi ko, patayin ko kayo. Sabi ko, huwag na job report. Tangina, kalukuhan. Sabi ko, patayin ko kayo. Pag nakita ko kayo dito, at least ang Davao, nakita man ninyo, makalakad ka, malinis. How about the others, yung maduwag na mayor? O yung smabak na lang? Makisali na lang rin tayo. At tapos, whether true or not, ang gobyerno up to the national level, nabuksan na. Sad to say, alam ninyo, tanong-tanong kayo dyan. Pati ang national government na, pumasok na kay Dilima. And you know very well that the drug game here is played dito sa ating mga prisuhan. Sila pa rin. Kaya may mga plano man tayo, iba succeeded. Yung iba medyo half-cooked. Hindi bali, lutuin natin ang ulit dyan. Time will, delikado talaga ang Pilipinas. Kaya sabi ko, if you do not help me interdict the problem now, ang kawawa ang inyong mga anak, pati apo ninyo. At least yung college, okay na. Pero yung mga bata, usually sa edad ko, tayo medyo matatanda, ang mga apo na natin. And it has compromised this generation. It's a fractured one because of the many, biro mo hundreds of thousands. Sabi ni General Santiago, 3 million. Huwag mo na isali yung 700 ko ngayon kasi nagbibilang pa ako. By the end of the year, it will reach something like another 1,000. Nung nag-usap kami ni Widodo sa Laos sa summit, ASEAN Summit, Sabi ko, Sir Andre, ilan ang may tama mo? Sa 4 million. Sinisip-isip ko, ang binilang ko lang yung kay Santiago. Sabi niya noon 3 years ago, 3 million. Kung idagdag ko ngayon yung akin, after the end of the year, sigurado 4 million. Ay, tabla kami. And to think that Indonesia is a big country. 2 or 3 islands there. With about 240 million people in it. Ako, 104, ang liit ng... Kaya ako hindi ako hayaan mo yung... itong Amerika. Ako basta, until the last pusher is out of the streets, this campaign will continue. Even if it will cost me my life, my honor, and even the presidency itself. Kaya kung wala akong basta sa trabaho, tapusin ko talaga to. And if it's only one ma-accomplish ko sa buhay ko, pagka-presidente, okay ako, komportable ako dyan. No need for heroics ako. I do not, hindi ko kailangan na sulbarin ko lang yung, tingnan ko yung alanganin sa bayan natin. That is really one of drugs, pati terrorism. So, yan ang ipagbilin ko yo, and my last word is, may I ask something of you? Wala man talaga akong I'm not asking for your loyalty. I'm not even asking for nice words. But in case I go before the problem is solved, or if the problem would outlast me, ang nakita na ninyo ngayon, the monster that has 4 million is 4 million. It's scattered all over the country. It will destroy the country forever. Ngayon, kung wala ako dyan, si Vito Danlaos, kindly take care of your country. Bahala na kayo kung ano ang gusto niyo. Tapusin ninyo yung problema kasi kawawa ang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.